Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here. So this week's video, how to positively transform your life by just changing one thought pattern. Right now, changing a thought pattern takes a little bit of time because once you've got a construct of thoughts, it's like you've got these neural pathways in your brain and we walk down them with the same thoughts over and over and over again. So it's very easy to walk down that highway because we always do. So that's why when we try to change our thought system, which of course inevitably and eventually changes our actions, they change our decisions and our actions so we get different results. So when we try and change our thoughts, sometimes it's a bit difficult at first because we've got to create new neural pathways in the brain. But by just changing this one thought pattern, your entire life will change for the better and it will continue to change for the better. So here it is. Here's the one thought pattern. And it is that your unconscious is always trying to work to help you. And your unconscious thoughts, your unconscious patterns are creating reality. We are creating reality all of the time with everything that we do, with all of the thoughts that we think. But when we think about the conscious mind, we think that everything we know here is causing everything out there. Or we don't believe that anything that we think here is causing anything out there. But in actual fact, it always is. But the majority of our patterns are in the unconscious and we're unaware of them. That's the process of self-development. So if I realize that everything that's going on from the unconscious is to help me to change everything in the outside world, then I'm onto something. So how do I know what the pattern is in the unconscious part of me that's trying to change the outside world? Well, because I'm creating reality, everything that shows up in the outside world is always directing me to what's going on in the inside world. So to find out who I am and what my patterns are, I look at the patterns that play out in the outside world. I look at the events and the situations, and especially the stuff that I don't like that happens in the outside world, because I'm creating that. Of course I'm creating it because I'm the only one experiencing it. Now, if I recognize that I'm creating reality, then everything in the outside world is showing me what I'm creating. If I don't recognize that, I'll blame certain political parties, I'll blame certain people, I'll blame certain friends, I'll blame certain countries, I'll blame, because at this small part of me, the conscious part, it doesn't want to recognize that it's actually creating reality. Now, as long as I blame, I'll have to wait for the thing that I'm blaming to change before I get any solace, before I get any satiety, right? Before I feel better. I'll have to wait for the thing that I'm blaming to change, and I might be waiting lifetimes for that. Whereas, when I take full responsibility for what I'm creating, I can change it in a heartbeat, right? When I realize that's happening because of me somewhere, then I can change this. Now, I don't want to be judging myself for the creation. I want to learn from the creation. So if I change my thought pattern to everything that's not working is there to help me, I can move mountains quickly. I can really change my reality. I can transform everything in my life. If I look at the stuff that's not working and perceive it as this is there to help me, not to hurt me, then I move from victim consciousness, where I believe that it's all going wrong, poor me, why can't I get out of this? You know, I go from that state to, oh wow, that's interesting. Look at that creation. That creation is not working like I'd like it to be. Is that right? Like I'd like it to. And it's got everything to do with me. Everything. Because I'm creating reality. Now, you may not believe that you're creating reality, but for the sake of transformation and making your life better, I recommend you do. Let's just take it on then. If you don't believe that you're creating reality, for the sake of healing only, for the sake of making your life better only, just imagine that you are creating reality if you don't already believe that. Just say, well, let's imagine that I am creating reality and that all of this is going on to help me, and then see what happens, because then what will happen is that you'll realize that you're being helped, and you'll start to help you, because you'll realize that a deeper part of you is also helping you. You, meaning the small conscious part of you, will start to help yourself, because you'll look from the perception of wanting to learn from the creation as opposed to being a victim to the creation, including everything that upsets you about everything. You look and you'll say, okay, I am creating reality, and that's all that's doing is helping me see what the pattern is inside of me. And then I can change the pattern. I can redirect how I think about things. When I see myself as the creator as opposed to the victim, everything changes, because then I look at what am I going to think and what am I going to say and what actions am I going to take to change what I'm seeing, to change what I'm feeling. What am I going to do as the responsible creator of reality, as opposed to believing that it's all happening to me? What am I going to do? And that's when your life will completely change, by you having that one perception change, which is that life is always helping me in every single way. Life is always trying to get me to see my creation, and it's always showing me a way to make it better. If I'll have the awareness, enough awareness to recognize that. Now, what people do when they start on this path is say, okay, yeah, I'm the creator of reality and I'm creating all of this good stuff, but when it goes out and it's wrong, well, apart from that, I'm not creating that stuff. That's definitely not my creation, but I'm creating the good stuff. But you can't do that. You either create reality or you don't. You're either responsible and you can make life great, or you're not. And that's your choice. You're still creating reality, but you'll, at the conscious mind, blame your creation. It's your creation. And then you blame yourself via other things. You'll say it's because of him, them, that, or the other. Right? You'll blame reality. But the thing is, you're the one experiencing it. Of course it's your creation. You're the only one having it. You might have creations that other people agree to, but you're the only one that you actually know is having this experience. So you're definitely creating reality. But if you still don't believe that, just try it. Try to see if I imagine that I am creating reality. Absolutely. And that it has my back. It not just has my back, it loves me so much, it's trying to get my awareness to what my creation is, so that I can learn the lessons I came here to learn, and so that I can make my life way better. So let's look from those eyes. Have an absolutely fantastic day today when you watch this, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Thank you so much.